So welcome back, and we are on the last PC that I have to flip so I can make some profit and upgrade my new computer. And in this series, which should be about 3, 4, maybe 5, depending how I fit the other one into it, but I bought a bunch of computers, picked them up on the Facebook Marketplace, one while I was on vacation in Arizona, two on the Facebook Marketplace local to me, actually one being an hour away. We took all those computers and the parts. We were able to maximize in the sense that we were able to get the most profit out of them, whether it was flipping and flopping parts around, selling parts individually, building computers, and right now we're up to $750 just on those alone. Now off camera, and there might be another video or two in it, I'm just deciding if I want to upload that video because one of the videos I look like a complete idiot. You'll see if that video comes out. But I was able to actually flip a couple of other things that I had extra lying around, complete for profit, and make an additional $150, leaving my profit up to $900, meaning I am $100 away from me being able to upgrade my rig without having to pay a dime out of pocket. And that $1,000 profit includes paying myself back. So guess what? We are all in the positive. And the reason why I am focusing the camera right up here is because I had all 4 of those computers lined up and they are gone. Except this one. This is the last one. This is the one that I got from Arizona. And I've been waiting on this one because the other ones I were able to move quicker. This one's not going to be as fancy as compared to the other ones and more capable, but I still think for what I have into it right now, which is $0 all these parts, and I'll talk about what I have, I can flip it real quick, make about $100 to $150 and reach my goal of $1,000. And like I've talked about in the other videos, I've given you a lot of tips on how to clean them, how to test them, and when you're buying computers like this, how to get the most bang for your buck. So today's video, let's get started on this last one. Let's talk about the parts we have, where I got it from, and let's see, can I make a decent enough computer, flip it easy for about $100 to $150, and meet my goal of, well, not having to spend any money out of pocket upgrading my computer. So let's get started. So if I'm not mistaken, this was a Z77. I think it's 16 gigs of DDR3. I know it's DDR3, but I think it's 16 gigs. It's the ASRock, the Extreme Z77 flavor, kind of like a Chevy, the Z77. This one goes off-road. It did have a power supply, but I repurposed that in another computer. Better bang for the buck on that one. And well, this one was the one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, had the dead graphics card. But on the plus side, one of the other computers, I was able to keep the graphics card. And this is what we have, a Zotac. It's a Z, still stuck on the Z. It's a GTX 770, 2 gig flavor. And believe it or not, you can still do some potato gaming with it. Get a little taste of the Fortnite and some other stuff. And we'll show that in this video. Now for storage, one of the computers came with 2 SSDs. It was a 256 gig or 250 gig. It was this one, which is 256 gigs. Which is fine for our boot and our information. I have a 1 terabyte Western Digital Black, which works perfect for storing games, programs, and anything else you might need. So your mechanical drives, don't keep all of them because you run out of space, but keep enough. So when you come up in a situation like this, you could definitely utilize it. And for our power supply, I got this one for free. So I did a parts hunt, and that's going to be in another video over there. And one of the questions that if I'm out there buying parts from people, I ask them, hey, anything else you want to throw in or get rid of? And the guy said, I have a Corsair HX 1050. I actually have one sitting around somewhere in the garage. And I've had that for years. I've tested this. This thing works perfectly awesome. Yes, it's overkill for this. And I probably would do better maybe just flipping it. But honestly, it's a free power supply on a free PC that I'm into parts, so why not? So now, before we put this together, we got to do what we normally got to do. We got to clean all this up. Yeah, it is a little gross, and if you look in the front, I don't know if the camera captures it well. It doesn't. It's got like streaks, and I'm not sure what that is, so I'll probably have to pop this thing out. Hopefully it's the ones that just pop out. Yep. I don't know if you guys remember, back in the day, they had the screws that held them in, and yeah, it was a pain in the butt. But anyways, we need to move on to this first because this thing is gross and nasty. It does work. I have tested it. Yeah, it's got dust problems. So we're going to clean that up. Let's open it up right now and see what we got. So we got a bunch of screws, which is typical. Great. Let's start with these. Now I typically use my iFixit toolkit. It's somewhere around here. I'm mostly being lazy, but this screwdriver, don't know where I got it from. Is it the Craftsman flavor? Well, it's made in the USA. Yeah, Craftsman. It works for most things. So I keep this around because it's always easily accessible. Right. Oh, that comes off nice and easy. I like it. I like it a lot. Should I disconnect on that? I think we're just going to leave that alone. Folks, if you don't have to, don't mess with these connectors, especially on older graphics cards, because if you pull the wrong way, these cables pop off and it's not fun putting it back together. That's my advice. Now, let's get a feel for the thermal paste. Oh, yeah. Dry, dusty. So, a little dab there, dab there. That kind of makes it a lot easier to break it up. Goo Gone works really good, but this was readily accessible. Now, the 770s or the 700 series, they don't have modern graphics driver support, however you want to call it. But like I said, for a starter, this stuff works still pretty well. There are games people can play. This is a potato PC, and you disclose what the computer can do and cannot do, potential upgrade path. People understand that. And lately, I've had a lot of people just buying these, mostly because they want to get into building their own computer, fixing their own computer, and they don't want to gamble and spend money on expensive components, but they'll take a risk with this. And of course, you occasionally have the parents that are like, hey, my kid wants to try it, but I don't want to break the bank. This works. Be honest with people, and you'll do pretty good. Good as new. So now the first thing I want to do is open this thing up. Whoops, something broke off. Great. Looks like this power button just decided to delete itself. Yep. Should have been more careful. Rookie mistake. With this older hardware, older cases, the plastics are a little more, they're not forgiving. So now, these are like plastic welded on. So I think I could get a iron and re-plastic weld it, and it should be good as new. So let's give that a shot. Or I can end up making it worse. And ideally, this is not what you want to use. I have a plastic welding kit somewhere around here, but I don't know. Got a shed, clean things up, and well, I can't find anything no more. Alright, so either this is going to work, or this is going to be the dumbest idea. Got a spring, and I was able to bend it a little bit where it's sitting on there. So what I'm thinking, put the switch back in, because I need something to push it back and also hold it in place. I think it worked. Awesome. Okay, that's a relief because I was really thinking that I was not going to be able to use that. So, one problem solved. Now let's finish dealing with the rest. So sometimes you need to check things before you finalize things, and I'm glad I did that because I would have been cleaning this whole case, and well, this is not working like I planned. I put in different springs. I even got the right welding tool, and yeah, I don't have a power button. No matter what I do, I could just leave the spring in there. I could flip it like that. I'm not sure. I really need to think about this. There's a couple of cases going for like $30 to $40, but they're really nice cases. Not that I'm saying this is not worth a real nice case, but We're trying to stay within the budget. I'm just trying to move this quick for about 100, 150. If I get a case for it, I still gonna have to go out, find it. That's gonna be maybe about an hour or two, just depending on where it's at. I think there's some local. I'm just not sure if it's worth going out and finding another case for this right now. Yeah, this video is taking a different direction that I wasn't sure of. I mean, do I really want to leave that like that? Not sure. Comment down below. Let me know what you will do. So let me think about it. And when we come back, we'll have a solution. We did it. And I don't know why I didn't think about this, but I was actually able to sell all that stuff. It was a lot easier, and I hit my goal. Pretty cool. So let me tell you exactly what happened. So folks, I can't believe I was actually able to pull this off. Realistically, if I was thinking about it, I was more focused on the fact of building a cheap computer and getting it out to somebody, but with that whole case variable, going to find another case, the time and the money would actually eat into the budget, which would not make it worth it. All the other stuff I was able to recoup, but $20 to $40 for a case, plus probably spending a couple hours trying to hunt one down, that's not good, and that was going to eat into the budget. I got on the Facebook Marketplace, posted the power supply for $40. That sold right away. And I posted the motherboard, CPU, memory, the graphics card that came with it, which was a 770. It was an i5, I think it was a 4th gen, 4530, can't remember. 256 SSD, 1 terabyte hard disk drive. Put it all up there with IO plate, cables. Listed it for $100 and someone bought it. I fully disclosed that it works. I just didn't have a case for it. And somebody reached out to me and says, hey, I was given a case, some fans, looking to build my first computer. Don't want to break the bank. This is more for me to learn, maybe upgrade as I go. And I said, hey, give this a shot. He came by, he bought it. It was exciting. I didn't have to go nowhere. They came straight to me. And that is awesome because it saves me time, saves me money. And I was able to meet my goal. But in total, flipping all 4 of those PCs and a couple of other stuff that I have lying around, and you might see those videos, like I said, just depends on how I'm able to work it in and make sure they're long enough, $1,040. And it really wasn't that hard. Each computer probably took about maybe an hour of my time, and then going out and picking up the stuff, which the way I maximize that is if I got to go out of town, usually I'll make it a day with the family, or if I have to go there for other reasons. So that's kind of how I justify the travel, because I have to be there. And while I'm there, I might as well take advantage and see what I can find. And yes, I could have probably done it a lot sooner, but with a full-time job and all that type of stuff, it's a little hard to squeeze things in. This took probably about 6 to 8 weeks. I probably could have done it within 2 weeks, but it is what it is. I'm excited, and it worked out great. So for now, I need to decide which way I'm gonna go. Should I get it from the Jungle website? Should I order my stuff from the Egghead website? Or should I go to the Micro Center, which is only 3 hours, make a weekend trip with the family, and just buy my stuff up there? I'm not sure. And if you're wondering about the $1,040 budget, that's mostly to consist of a CPU, motherboard, memory, and possibly a new case. I'm not sure about that, but that's where I really wanted it. I'm going to reuse my storage, as my storage is brand new. I update that periodically. My graphics cards, my 3090 Ti, it works great. I have no reason to upgrade it. So that's where I needed the $1,000 for. So we'll see. Definitely comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, concerns, criticisms. Where should I get the parts from? Also, do you think all this was worth it? And have you ever run into a situation where you can't put the computer together, but then you realize you can sell the pieces, potentially make more money, or make the plan that you had initially? If you like this video, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you're not, and as always, we'll see what we come up with next.